Alright guys, here's my attic unit. You can see my return side here and my supply ductwork. This meets all of the specifications. There are some attic stairs here. I'll get some measurements of the scuttle hole to make sure everything's going to fit. The only thing that's not up here is a light, so we are going to have to install a light for the attic, but the entire attic is platformed off. You probably got a good 8 foot of height. I could stand there in the center of the attic with no issues. But what we'll do here is set a new, and we can reuse the existing pan actually. Reuse the existing pan, do a new emergency wet switch or puck. Don't think there's currently strip heat that runs up to this unit. At least it doesn't look like it. It's just a 30 amp circuit, so maybe there is 5 kW up here, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it's signified. Oh yeah, there is 5K. New air handler built into the existing supply, a return ductwork. We can put a 5-inch media cabinet in, there's enough space there, and then an existing supply plenum. Drain lines are all PVC. Refrigerant lines will get flushed and pressure tested. Like I said, we will have to put an attic light up here. So we'll have to find a junction box we can tie into somewhere. But that's pretty much everything up here. I'll get a measurement from the height of the attic, but like I said, I can stand up freely in here. It's about 6 foot 6 inches. And I'll get a measurement of the scuttle hole. That's it. Coming back in here now, looking at the system for the addition. Same thing here, pull the air handler out, build up into the existing supply ductwork with a new plenum. Return drop will get replaced, do a 5-inch media cabinet for that system as well. And then over here is their boiler. So if they decide, one option would be to get rid of the boiler completely and do 2 gas furnaces down here in the basement and a heat pump upstairs. If they do 2 gas furnaces down here, we'll have to check all their gas line capabilities. They will be high efficient furnace or gas furnaces. So we would run our gas line from the ceiling here over to where our systems sit, and then a flue pipe up to the ceiling and across, and then we'd probably penetrate the outside somewhere over here in this area. We'll have to go up through the ceiling and go to the outside of the house with all of our exhaust pipe for both systems. This one would be a little 60,000 BTU. This one would probably be a 60 or an 80. Probably a 60, and then upstairs we would try to get a heat pump installed. Because it is a terracotta roof, we're not going to pencil that roof or anything. So if we did need an electric strip heat for the second floor, we would run from the electrical panel to the outside, following all these refrigerant lines, and then going up the side of the house and then back in to the attic area. All my drain lines are under individual floor drains. This unit looks like it's been leaking a little bit. Probably leaking out of that coil. Yeah, that should be everything here. Alright guys, here's my downstairs unit, so this takes care of the main portion of the house. For this one, we'll pull the return drop out, build a new return drop, put a base underneath the new air handler, build up into the existing supply ductwork with a new plenum, flush and pressure test the line set to outside. If we have to we end up going with a heat pump, which I'm going to try to shy away from. Well, I guess we could do a heat pump and not put in electric strip heat because they do have a boiler for their backup heat. But in that instance, we could do electrical across the ceiling. We're going to have to more than likely have electricians come in, and they're going to have to put in a sub panel for all of our strip heat. The square D load center, but it's packed full. Now there's some stuff on here that's not used anymore, like that 20 amp circuit that feeds some old strip heaters that were upstairs. There's a 50 amp that's down there on the bottom for our surge protector, so I think we have a little bit of space on here for a little heat, but not too much. Hey guys, we're at Kevin's house readdressing air conditioner and furnace installs or heat pump installs. We'll pull the air conditioners out. We'll set our new ones back down in the same locations on top of new pads and make sure everything's level. Refrigerant lines are all properly sized, so we can flush and pressure test those. We'll re-insulate any of the refrigerant line that's starting to crack apart, and then do new disconnect box on the wall for these two. This one's got a Cutler hammer breaker center in it, so we'll just put a new breaker in for the outdoor unit if needed.